The 10,000 tin challenge, week 8. I've gone for
Week
2 fours
8.
there. Welcome, Will. How are you doing? You were ill the last time we were here.
Yes, I'm fine now.
He's not. We'll crack straight on with the tinometer because we have had a phenomenal amount of tins in this week. I'm not quite sure whether it's our largest week, but the relentless nature of the amount of tins has been amazing.
I saw the Monday Hero team relaxing today.
Wow, they were relaxing because they have been counting so many tins. It's been absolutely fantastic. So let's have a quick catch up with the tinometer. We haven't got the full numbers because we're recording this before we've actually finished counting, but I know what we've counted today, that it will be close to our biggest week or our biggest week. So thank you so much.
We've definitely done faster, quicker this year than ever before, and I think that's because so many people sort of got behind it.
So we thought next week, because by the time we've counted this week, the food bank is so full, we can see that we're probably going to reach the 10,000th number
What will
next
that
week.
tin be?
Where will it come from? What will that tin be? That is yet to be discovered. So we thought this week we'd have a brief video because the main thing is going to be next week when we say thank you to all the different people. We thought we'd take a look at the life and times of a donated tin. So, Will, what are we going to talk about when we mean that?
Well, you've heard us talk about food bags, the type of food bags, the content of the food bags, where the food bags go. We always go on about the value of one tin making a difference, and so what I thought we'd do is we just talk you through. I mean, we've just chosen this. It happens to be Tesco's own brand beans.
Well, beans are dime to a
crucial,
dozen. There's so many beans. So we're going to look at the life of a tin, because we always go on about what a mammoth task it is to count all these tins and date them all. But what exactly does that mean? So, Will, I am a fantastic member of the community in Stafford.
And you donated this tin.
Like the lovely people out there. And I have popped my tin in, let's say, a collection point in an office.
Okay.
What happens to that tin?
All right. I then get a phone call, or maybe you
Well, it goes
get a phone
very
call.
dark for a while for that tin, doesn't it?
It does,
As it gets piled on top with all the other
Nothing
stuff.
happens for a bit. And then somebody makes a call, probably to you, that says our food tin collection bin needs emptying. So one of our tin collection bin people, it might be Phil, it might be Dave, it
might be Donald, it might be me, it might be Giles,
goes down.
Might be you.
It might be even me these days.
Get you out the office.
Yeah, gets in their car, goes down to that office, meets the person, chat, picks up the tin, thanks those folk who've collected the donation.
If it is Will, they're bullied into a photograph.
They're bullied into a photograph for social media. The empty bin goes back into place for the next collection, and the bin, the contents of the bin, is then put in the back of a car and driven up to the unit. The Monday team step in, and then each one is dated. Can you see that on there?
So what happens is every tin has to go through a process of making sure that we don't give out anything, in our case, that is out of date or past its best before. Now, if anything is past its best before, we have our shelf that we can be put out, and we will say to people, look, it says it's past its best before. We know these dates don't really mean that much, but for our peace of mind, we want to give you the best. So if you want to take this, you can. If you don't, that's fine. Anything past its use by, if anything's past its use by, we have to get rid of that.
So there's the official stamp that says 10.
So yes, there's
2019.
There's an official stamp. This is an old tin.
Yes.
The official stamp is on the bottom, but to make that clearer for our stock rotation, we write it in big bold letters on the top. You can see this one is 10/19. That's October 19. That's why it's down at the cafe, because it's obviously gone out and somebody's bought it back in, or it's come down because it's close to its best before date. And what that means is every tin in the food bag, you can pick it up and you can see if that is good enough to go out in our food bags. And what does that mean, Will, for the quality of the food bags we're giving out?
It means that we're a grade 5 listed warehouse as well, which is really crucial. But what it means is that the rotation...
Grade 5 food hygiene.
Food hygiene, yeah. The rotation is very, very specific. So we make sure that we use it by the times that it comes in. So the older the product is, the faster we tend to use it.
And especially around harvest, anything from supermarkets like Asda usually has a long life on it because obviously people have just bought it off the shelves. But at harvest time, people go into the back of their cupboards and all sorts, and so you can have a tin that comes in and it's like, it gets the blues and twos. This must go out immediately. It is a fantastic job that Stuart, Maureen and Rachel do up at the unit every Monday.
Yeah, so now that's been picked and that will go into somebody's food bag. So if you've donated one tin, you've made a difference. This is what I tell all the small people at school. And that tin will appear in somebody's house. We will see the benefit of where that tin is going. While the need is there, we are so pleased that we can provide and fulfil that need. So we should put little famous little tin there.
Yeah, we should put GoPro on the tin one time
see
and just see what happens to it.
But yeah, really important. So one tin makes a difference.
It's good for us to explain our process because it shows that we are good stewards of the food that comes in, and we're giving out stuff that is safe to go out.
And don't forget, in with the tins is any fresh vegetables, pastas, all the other things that make up
and if you think about the amount of foods, our weekly food bag that has about 5 items in, so that's 100 tins of beans, 100 tins of soup, 100 tins of vegetables, so that's 500 tins a week are going out, and that's not including the enhanced bags, the family bags, all that kind of stuff. So 10,000 tins, it's a big number, but it doesn't last long. So thank you so much for everybody for your continued support. I think we have spoken enough about the tin of beans. Well, thank you very, very much.
All right. I hope people appreciate the journey, and we certainly appreciate your donations. Thank you so much.
I don't know how, but this one has really run on, so it's probably heavily edited because we've nearly spoken for 10 minutes about a baked bean tin. As ever, if you want to know what is going on at House of Bread on a day-to-day basis, check out Hob News. That goes out on Sundays at 4. But for now, we will leave you alone. We shall see you next time for the end, I hope, of the 10,000 Tin Challenge. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.